Hare Krishna. सत्यानंद चिंत सत्ये कपक्षे सर्वाध्यक्षे भक्ति रक्षादितक्षे श्री गोविंदे विष्णु सर्गादिकंदे पूर्णानंदे नित्यमास्तां मतिर्मे अज्ञानीरधिरुपैति या विशेषं भक्ति परा वजति परिपोषमुच्चैः तत्त्वं परं स्फुरति दुर्गमं भक्तजश्रं सत्पुण्यभृत्स्वरस्तं प्रणमामि गीतं गौरां सुखः सत्कुमुद प्रमोदि स्वाभि कियागोस्तमो निहन्त श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य सुधा निधिर्मे मनोदितिष्ठन् स्वरतिं करोतु प्राचीनवाचस्सु विचार्य सोऽहम् अद्योऽपि गीतामृतले सलिप्सुः यतः प्रभोरेव मदेत तत्र सन्तक्षमत्वं शरणागतस्य सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोक्ता गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः दीर्घोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् गीतासु गीता कर्तव्या किमन्यैः शास्त्रविस्तरैः यस्वयं पद्मनाभस्य मुखपद्मात् विनिश्रिता सुधर्मज्ञान वैराग्य साध्य भक्त्येव गोचरः नारायणः परब्रह्म गीता शास्त्रे समीरितः ज्ञान कर्मात्मिके निष्ठे योग लक्ष्ये संस्कृते आत्मानुभूति सिद्ध्यर्थे पूर्वषट्केन चोदिते. Hare Krishna, welcome you all for this Gita Shastri course. Today we are in the 10th day and just a second. And yesterday we have seen till 20th shloka, that is from both the sides the Sainya are ready for fight and they have given the sign of blowing their conch shells and different instruments, and then today we will be continuing what happened after that. Then when both the sides they are ready to fight, then immediately Arjuna he spoke the following words to Krishna. सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये रथं स्थापयमेच्युत यावदेतन्निरीक्षेऽहं योद्धमकामानवस्थितान् कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे योत्स्यमानम् अवीक्षेऽहं येस्तत्र समागताः धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धेर्युद्धे प्रियचिकीर्षवः. Now Arjuna is ordering Krishna, hey Achyuta, please take my chariot in between the both armies. Looks like you are new for this job. You don't know the work of a chariot driver. I'm not a coward to stay behind the army. You should take me in front of everyone, in between both the parties. Take me there. So here Arjuna is addressing Krishna as Achyuta. Achyuta means one who never fails to protect his devotee, or one who never fails, or one who never falls down from his position. Even though Krishna becomes a chariot driver, but still he is Sarveshwara himself. He is not a servant of anyone. But why Krishna has taken this position? Then Ramanujacharya says this is because of Ashrita Vatsalya Divasaha. Like we have two friends in the school days. We have many friends, so there are two friends. And then what happened? In the future, one friend has become a PM of the country, and the other person is just having a normal life. And then both of them, they meet in a village, and the PM goes to that friend's house. He has a small house, so he goes inside and they talk, they chit chat, and they talk very casually, calling each other with some nicknames, whatever, inside the room. But as soon as when they come outside, PM is PM. You cannot behave with PM in a different way or in a disrespectful way. That is not possible here in this material world. But here we can see Krishna is Sarveshwara and Arjuna is just an Jivatma. But still here, even though both are not in the same position, but Arjuna has taken upper hand, and Krishna has taken lower hand, and he has submitted himself to become chariot driver. So this shows that Krishna he actually values his devotee more than himself. Why? Because it is said here, Aham Bhakta Paradhino, this from Srimad Bhagavatam. Aham Bhakta Paradhino Yavastantara Ivad Vijay. Sadhuvir grasta hridayo bhaktir bhakta jana priyaha. Krishna says, Aham bhakta paradinaha. I am bhakta paradina. I am completely dependent on my devotees. And he says, Aswatantra ivad vijay. I am not a swatantra. I am aswatantra. I am not an independent person. But usually we know from Bhagavatam, he is said as Swarat. Swarat means one who is independent. But here Krishna himself declares that he is aswatantra. Aswatantra means he is not independent. He depends on, he is obliged to follow the instructions of his devotees. Sadhavir grashta hridayo bhaktair bhakta jana priyaha. Because devotees, they have eaten my heart, they have swallowed my heart. So my heart is not with me, they are with devotees. So whatever devotees they say, I'm ready to do that. I'm just bhakta jana priyaha. In the beginning, we all worship Krishna and we try to develop love for Krishna. But once when we become devotees of Krishna, then Krishna develops so much love for us. Krishna doesn't want to leave us. That is the highest nature of Lord, the love of God. So here, when we see how Arjuna is addressing as Achyuta in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, this is the first time Krishna is addressed by Arjuna, and how he is addressing Achyuta. Just by showing this word Achyuta, Arjuna is declaring, yes, Krishna, you may be called as Achyuta, but actually you are controlled by me, by my love. You can see you have become my chariot driver. Even though you are my chariot driver, you are still Achyuta, but still you are Achyuta also. Achyuta means you are followable. Achyuta means one who is Sarveshwara, one who is never under control, one who is never under anyone's control, and he doesn't have to serve anyone. He is called Achyuta. But Arjuna is showing that even though you are Achyuta, you have become a chariot driver. This shows that you are controlled only by love of Godhead. When there is love, the Achyuta becomes Chuta, the most infallible becomes fallible. Even though Lord cannot be conquered by anyone, but he accepts himself, or he surrenders himself to the devotee. That's why he is called Achyuta. This shows the Bhakta Vatsalya. So we can understand, you see, in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita itself, Arjuna is showing the Krishna's most highest nature, that he is Bhakta Vatsalya. And also he shows that Krishna can be controlled only by love of Godhead, not by any other process. So in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita itself, we can get all this beautiful meaning. And then he says, Senayor bhayor madhye radam stapayame chuda eda eva yavat etan niriksheham yoddakaman avastitan. I want to see everyone. Keep me in such a place so that I can see the end of the army. I want to see the end of etan niriksheham yoddakaman avastitan. What do you want to see? I want to see whomever has arrived here in the desiring spirit to fight. Because I was thinking all these people as my relatives, but when time comes, we should see who is my real friend. Real friend means who always stands with us, who supports us. But these people, they were calling themselves as the relatives, but when time came, they all took the opposition. They all took the opposite side, and they are ready to fight. So I want to see those betrayers or those evil-minded people. Kair maya samhayodavyam asmin ranasamudhame yotsamanam aviksheham etra samagataha dhartarashtrasya durbuddhe yuddhe priyachikirshavaha. They are all assembled here in order to satisfy the evil-minded Duryodhana. They have no any other cause. They are all well situated, but they are just here in order to satisfy Duryodhana. So I want to see all of them. This is how Arjuna starts saying. So here Acharyas, especially Madhvacharya, he comments that this is how Bhagavad Gita starts. This is where Bhagavad Gita starts. Why? Because as soon as Arjuna started to speak, like, I have to see, I want to see, I am going to fight, this is my fight. When he had this I and my, this thought, then immediately he is covered by means of material nature. And this is Krishna's arrangement that we know. But What is material? What is material bewilderment? That is I and me. In Bhagavatam also it is said, Pumsastriya mituni bhavam metam tayo mito hridaya gradimahu ato bhraksheta sudapta vittaihi janasya mohoyam aham mameti. Janasya mohoyam. What is the bewilderment in this material world? Aham mameti. My and I. This is mine and I am the enjoyer. So this bewilderment is considered as material bewilderment. What is the opposite? It's not I, it is you. It is not mine, it is yours. So I'm your servant and you are the enjoyer. This is the spiritual consciousness. And material consciousness is I am independent and I am the enjoyer. So here Arjuna is also saying, Niriksheham, I want to see. Maya saha yodhavyam, I am going to fight. Aveksheham, this is my fight. I am going to see my enemies. So this is where Bhagavad Gita actually starts. So when you have this consciousness, when we have this consciousness of I and mine, then all our material life starts. So here Arjuna has said this, then what happens? Then Sanjaya speaks. Evamukto Rishikesho Gudakeshena Bharata Senayor Madhye Stapayitva Radottamam Bhishmadrona Pramukataha Sarve Ksham Chamahikshitam Uvacha Partha Pashyaitan Samavetan Kuruniti. Then Sanjaya says, in this way, addressed by Arjuna, Krishna, he followed the order. Evamukto Rishikesha. In this way, he was ordered. Then Rishikesha, then Krishna did. It's called Rishikesha. Krishna is called Rishikesha here. Why? Because he's not just a chariot driver. He drives our mind also. He drives our senses also. So here it is said sarcastically. He's Rishikesha. He is not just driving the Arjuna's chariot, but he's driving Arjuna's mind also. So it is said here that Rishikesha, and he is called Gudakesha. Arjuna is called Gudakesha. Gudakesha means the conqueror of sleep, that is ignorant. Because he has conquered ignorance, he is called Gudakesha, and because of that quality, Rishikesha become his servant. But even though he is Gudakesha, even though he has conquered illusion, but still Krishna is going to put him in illusion. So it's a very contradictory thing. So he is called Gudakesha, but soon he is going to become Kripaya Parayavishtaha. So Evamukto Rishikesha Gudakeshena Bharata Senayorubhayo Madhye Stapayitva Radottamam. Then Krishna draw the chariot and he situated and he kept the chariot. He stationed the chariot in between both the armies. Then Bhishmadrona Pramukataha Sarvesham Chamahikshitam Vacha Partha Pashyaitan Samavetan Kuruniti. And Krishna said, hey Arjuna, please see this. Please see all the Kurus. He says, Kuruniti. He says, behold Arjuna, all the Kurus here. You have Bhishma, you have Drona, you have Pramukataha. Pramukataha means all other Kurus, all other Kauravas. They're all here. Please see them. So Krishna is also again here. He's smiling. He's saying, Arjuna, actually you are thinking you are going to fight. You said, no, I'm going to fight. This is my enemy. And I want to see with whom I am going to fight, whether they are equal to me or not. So all these things is going to get changed. Soon you are going to give up this fight and you are going to sit on your chariot, throwing away your weapons. But still you want to see the army? Yes, you can see. I will take you. So the beauty is Krishna want to just to make sure that it is not in your order. By your order, you are not going to fight. By my order, you are going to fight. That is the ultimate understanding. Even in Vaikuntha Loka, when Jaya Vijayas, they were cursed by Kumaras, and then suddenly Lord appeared. And Lord appeared, then Lord said to Jaya Vijayas that yes, now you go down and take birth in 3 lifetimes as a demons and you come back to me. And then he turned back to Kumaras and he says, is this okay? Is this satisfying you? I have told them to go and take birth as you have mentioned. They will take birth as a demon in 3 lifetimes and they will come back to me. Is this okay for you? And Kumaras, they have no clue, they don't know what to say. They said, are you satisfied with us? Are you angry on us? What do you want to say? Then Acharya, then Vishwanath Thakur says, yes, this is my place. Vaikuntha Loka is my place. So here you have no rights to curse anyone. If you want to curse anyone, it is by me only the curse has to be happened. So even if they want to go back, they want to take birth in demonic life, only I can make them to take birth in a demonic family, not because you are cursed. This is my place and your curse won't work here. Just to make sure that he is supreme, Lord has done that. And Kumaras they accepted. In the similar way here we can see Arjuna is saying, yes, go on, show me whom I want to fight. What is this? What is that? He was boasting. Then Arjuna kept him a little bit. Yes, please calm down. It's not your fight. You are not going to, you are not the fighter actually. This is not done by you. Only because of my order, you can fight. If Arjuna would have asked Krishna in a different way, Krishna, please bless me with whom I should fight. Please bless me with your abilities that I can fight. Please bless me to please you, I can fight. In this way, if Arjuna would have asked, then war would have begun immediately, because he doesn't have this I and my concept. But he started in a wrong way to Krishna. He said, my fight, I'm going to fight. So Krishna want to make sure, please understand, this is not your fight, and you're not the fighter, and you're not the ultimate enjoyer of the fight. Just to make sure this point, he spoke whole Bhagavad Gita. And whole Bhagavad Gita is just to make us this point, understand this point, to come out of this selfish mentality, to come out of this enjoying mentality and surrender ourselves completely, and we serve completely for the Lord's satisfaction. So here, Krishna, in a very smiling way or very in a joking way, he says, hey Arjuna, please see whomever has assembled here. He says, please see Bhishma, Drona, and all other Kurus. And then it is mentioned here, Prapanna Parijataya, Totra Vetraika Panaye, Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya, Gita Murtaduhe Namaha. Krishna, it is mentioned in this beautiful verse that Prapanna Parijataya, Krishna's color was just like Parijata. And then in his both hand, he was holding two things. In one hand, he was holding the horse reins, and in the other hand, he was having stick to drive this horse. So in both hands, he has two different things. So when you have two different things in both hands, how he is going to show everyone that as a chariot driver, it is his duty that a Sarathi has to show the enemies, and he has to introduce the enemies to the person, the owner of the chariot. So Krishna's duty is to go and to name everyone in the enemy side and to introduce to Krishna and introduce to Arjuna. So here Krishna comes and he has two things in his both hand, and how he is going to introduce everyone. Then Bhishma Deva says in his prayer how Krishna introduced everyone. He says, Sapati Saki Vacho Nishamya Madhye Nija Parayor Balayor Radam Niveshya Stitavati Parasai Nikayurakshna Kritavati Partha Sakeratir Mamastu. Bhishma Deva, he saw on this picture, he says, when Krishna came, when he was showing everyone, he was showing everyone by his eyes. Here it is said, Parasainikāyu Rakshana, by his eyes, by his eyesight, he was showing everyone. And you don't need any other weapon. Just by his eyesight, he killed everyone. That's what Bhishma Deva says. Sometimes Krishna's Kataksha, Krishna's merciful sight will help us to grow. Sometimes Krishna's eyesight can kill people also. Both are mercy actually. Whether you are blessed, whether you are killed by Krishna, both are actually beneficial for us ultimately. But here, Nija Parayor Bhalam Rata Bhalayor Ratam Nivesya Stitavadi Partha Sainikayu Rakshana. He actually reduced the ayus or the duration of life for all the Kauravas just by means of his eyesight. So in this way, Krishna was showing everyone, Arjuna, that whomever has staying there, Krishna is showing them, see the Kurus. He did not send them, he did not show Arjuna, see your grandfather, see your father, see your maternal uncle, see your son, see your grandson, see your friends. He did not show them like that. He showed them, see all the Kurus, see all those enemies. Even though Krishna is supposed to be equal to everyone, samoham sarvabhuteshu, but still that samatva buddhi is overtaken by means of bhakta vatsalyatva. Because of his bhakta vatsalyatva, he is saying they are all your enemies. Why? Because they are your enemies. Because they have shown your enemies, they are my enemies also. Krishna is supposed to be equal to everyone, but he shows the bhakta vatsalyatva that whomever is showing enmity to devotees, they are my enemies also. But you see the quality of a devotee. Even though they show enmity, devotees, they never take them as their enemies. That is the contradictory quality of a devotee. That's why Krishna accepts them as a pure devotee and accepts their service. So this we see in many places in Bhagavatam also. The devotees, they never see anyone as their enemies, but Krishna sees the devotees' enemies as his own enemy. So here, the samadrishti of Krishna is overtaken by means of bhakta vatsalyatva. This also shows the Krishna's great quality of bhakta vatsalyatva. And then now Arjuna, what did he saw? When Krishna shown them as Kurus, that you should fight and you should kill them, then Arjuna saw them in a different way. Tatra pashyat sthitan partha pitrannata pitamahan acharyan madulan bhratran putran pautran sakinstata swasuran suvrtaschaiva senayor bhayorapi tan samikshata kaunteya sarvan bandhu navastitan kripaya parayo vishta vishidantanidam abravit. Tatra pashyat sthitan partha, whomever has situated, partha has seen. What he has seen, Pitran, he has seen fathers like Bhurishrava, he's father of, he was a father of Somadatta also. So he's like a father to Arjuna also. He saw Pitran, then Pitamahan, he saw great grandfathers like Bhishma Deva, Somadatta, and then he saw the well-wishers like Kritavarma, Bhagadatta, he saw Acharyas like Drona, Kripa, he saw Matulan means at least there are two. He saw like Salya. Salya is a brother of Madari, and then he saw Shakuni, the brother of Gandhari, and then Bhratran, of course, brothers. They're all brothers. Duryodhanadis, they're all brothers. And Putran means like Lakshmana. Lakshmana is a son of Duryodhana. He saw Lakshmana. And Sakin means friends like Ashwatthama, Jayadrata, and Pautran means grandsons like Lakshmana's son, and yeah, many people. He saw all of them. So Sarvan Bandhu Namastitan, all the relatives, they have assembled here. Tam Samikshata Kaunteya Sarvan Bandhu Namastitan. And then it is mentioned as Samikshita. Samikshita means he saw very nicely. That means he saw both the sides. He just did not see one side of Kauravas, but he saw the Pandava side also. He saw both the sides. And then Kripaya Paraya Vishtaha Vishidantam idam abhravit. It is mentioned why he saw both the sides. In the beginning, he had mercy to his Sainya only, but now he had shown mercy for the opposite side also. This is the quality of a devotee. If you see Duryodhana, he was saying, Madarte Tekta Jivitaha, for my sake, these people are ready to die. He was so happy about it. But here, Duryodhana, you can see that Kripaya Paraya Vishtaha Vishidantam idam abhravit. He was actually feeling sorry for both the sides. He was not happy that this thousands and lakhs of people are going to get killed. Then it is mentioned here, Kripaya Paraya Vishtaha. Usually the word should be Kripaya Yuktaha, means with compassion or with mercy. He saw with mercy, he saw with compassion. That is Kripaya Yuktaha. The word is not Kripaya Yuktaha. The word used here is kripaya paraya vishtaha. Avishtaha means like possessing something. Like a person is possessed by a ghost. We say he's possessed person. He is possessed by a ghost or by some other black magic. So in this way, it is mentioned here kripaya paraya vishtaha vishidatam idam vachaha. The Arjuna is now possessed by a ghost called unnecessary or unethical mercy. It is not the quality of an Arjuna. It is not the quality of Arjuna to show mercy in this place. Usually, Shastra says ahimsa paramo dharmaha, ahimsa sarva bhutani. All these words are there in Shastra that we should show mercy, we should maintain non-violence. It is there, but this non-violence is not good for a Kshatriya. And Arjuna never shown mercy like this in previous situations. Like when there was a Draupadi Swayamvara, during that time, all the Kauravas they came to fight, and Arjuna fought with all of them. He did not show mercy. When Jayadratha was trying to kidnap Draupadi, he fought with all the Kauravas and he did not show mercy. And in Virata Parva, when everyone came against Arjuna single-handedly, he fought with anyone and he defeated everyone. He did not show mercy. And in many places, we can see Arjuna was not showing mercy. But here, it is specially mentioned that Arjuna was possessed by mercy. Means it is not Arjuna's quality, it is because Krishna's arrangement. Krishna was confusing Arjuna. Arjuna was well determined to fight. But somehow or other Krishna confused him. Why? Because if Krishna confused Arjuna, then only this Shastra called Bhagavad Gita can be brought up. Like he has confused Parikshit Maharaja also. Parikshit Maharaja, when he was showing this quality of thirst, Krishna confused him. That's why Parikshit Maharaj, he says, Sasadu mena chirena takshaka nalam prasaktasya virakta karanam. He says, I have done such a sinful activity. Let me die immediately. Because of this sinful activity, I should die. I should leave my body immediately. And this instant has become my virakta karanam, a cause for my detachment. If this doesn't happen, then I won't develop detachment. Because of this instant, I have developed detachment. And then he says, Api me Bhagavan Pritaha Krishna Pandu Sutta Priyaha Patir Swasreya Pitrartam Tadgotrasya Bandavaha. Actually, Krishna did not betray me. Krishna did not cheat me. Actually, Krishna, Api me Bhagavan Pritaha. Bhagavan is very satisfied with me. How? By means of this curse, he actually made me closer to himself, closer to Lord. I could get the opportunity to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Shukadeva Goswami. So this confusion or this illusion is actually good for me because it brought me nearer to the God. So in a similar way, Arjuna's confusion is also very helpful for not only for Arjuna, but for us also. So in this way, devotees, we should always understand when we get a problem, we should not think it as a punishment from the Lord, or we should not think it as a karma, or we should not think it as a suffering. We should take it rather as a step to go closer to the God and to reach out God and to pray for God more intensely. So in this way, Arjuna has mentioned something and is going to speak something to Krishna, and what is going to speak that we will hear from tomorrow. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.